Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is a game changer. It involves a blockbuster trade that's currently swirling around insiders like Schefter, and it's so significant that it could redefine the entire NFC East landscape. And for us, Giants fans, it's a moment that could propel us back into serious Super Bowl contention. Yes, we're talking about the potential swap of Devonta Smith from the Philadelphia Eagles to the New York Giants, along with a key player on our defensive front, Kayvon Thibodeaux. Now, I know what you're thinking, this sounds almost too good to be true, but the whispers are growing louder and the details are intriguing. The Eagles, sitting comfortably at 4-2 with a cap space of around $12 million, are apparently willing to part with Smith, one of their most explosive receivers, in exchange for assets that can bolster their defense, especially on the defensive line, after some recent injuries like Mitchell's hamstring that sidelined him in Week 6. On the flip side, the Giants, currently at 2-4 with about $5 million in cap space, are making a bold move to add a proven playmaker in Smith, a player who's been lighting up defenses this season. This isn't just a typical trade, it's a statement. Smith, drafted out of Alabama in 2021, has been absolutely dominant in 2024. We're talking about over 1,000 receiving yards, yes, over 1,000 yards, placing him among the top 15 wide receivers in the league. He scored 8 touchdowns, and his average yards per reception sits at 13.5, which is impressive on its own, but what really stands out are his advanced stats. He's averaging a plus 0.19 EPA per target, putting him in elite company, and his PFF grade hits a stellar 86. 2, ranking him among the top receivers in the league. His yards after catch average is 5.8 yards, making him a nightmare for defenders once he has the ball in his hands, and his contested catch rate is around 50%, showing he's reliable even against tight coverage. Plus, his deep catch percentage is close to 47%, meaning he's a true threat down the field. If you look at his 2025 stats, he's been somewhat limited by a knee injury, but even then, he's still managed 20 catches for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. His separation stats are noteworthy too, with nearly 3 yards of separation per route, which is among the best. Remember that game in Week 3 against the Saints? Smith caught 6 passes for 95 yards and a touchdown with an EPA per play of plus 0.20. That's a statement performance. His career numbers are equally impressive, around 500 yards and 30 touchdowns, showing he's a consistent deep threat and route runner. His route win rate is about 62%, which is high, and even with some chronic knee issues that cost him a couple of games, he's still been a top-tier receiver. To draw a comparison, he's like a peak A.J. Brown, dynamic, physical, and capable of turning any play into a big gain, especially in the red zone. Now, on the Eagles' side, they've been confident in their playoff chances, with odds around plus 1,500 to win the NFC East, and they're clearly prioritizing their pass rush, which has been average at best, sitting around 15th in points allowed per game at 20. But by trading Smith, they're betting on freeing up cap space and assets to improve their defensive line, especially after losing Mitchell temporarily. The risk, of course, is that their offense might take a slight hit, somewhere around a 10% dip in EPA per pass, similar to what we saw with the Saints after losing Thomas. But the Eagles are playing a long game, leaning on their defensive upgrades to try and secure a deep playoff run. For us, the Giants, this is where things get exciting. If this trade goes through, it's projected that Devonta Smith could instantly become a key piece in our offense, elevating our passing game significantly. Experts are projecting that Smith could rack up around 100 yards receiving and around 8 touchdowns, helping to boost our passing yards per game from an abysmal 200 yards, which ranks us 28th in the league, to a much more respectable 240 yards. That's a 17% increase, folks. And it's not just about yardage. With Daniel Jones back in the fold, Smith's chemistry with him could be electric. We've seen glimpses of what Jones and Hyatt can do early this season, but Smith's addition would make our passing attack more explosive and unpredictable. His ability to gain YAC, yards after catch, is among the best, with a projection of 20% better efficiency, which means more big plays and more consistent drives. Our offense, which has been mediocre at best this year, could see a jump from a PFF grade of 75.3 to over 81, turning us into a more dangerous unit. And if Smith's presence can help reduce turnovers by around 10%, that's another huge boost for our chances, especially in close games. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could shift the balance of power in the NFC East. The odds of winning the Super Bowl are already favorable for the Giants, moving from +12.0 to around +4.500, as we gain a legitimate game-changing receiver. The NFC favorites, with odds around +500, will have to watch out because with Smith in the mix, we become more than just a dark horse. We become real contenders. The Eagles, on the other hand, might see their division lead challenged if they make this move, especially with the added pressure of maintaining their defensive core and offensive cohesion. Smith's presence could be a true X-factor in the playoffs, especially considering his effectiveness against man coverage and in the red zone, where he's shown a +22% boost versus man-to-man coverage. His ability to stretch the field and create separation could be the difference-maker in tight playoff games. For us Giants fans, this isn't just about one player or a single trade. It's about a vision, a strategy to take a step forward and re-establish ourselves as serious contenders. Brian Daboll's offense has always been innovative, and adding a player like Smith would fit perfectly into that scheme, transforming our passing attack into one of the league's most feared. So, as we sit here, watching these rumors swirl and waiting for official confirmation, I want you all to think about what this could mean. It's not just about acquiring a star receiver. It's about changing the trajectory of our franchise. It's about putting us in a position to compete at the highest level again, possibly even making a deep playoff run that culminates in a Super Bowl appearance. This move, if it happens, could be remembered as one of the boldest and most strategic in recent Giants history. And I, for one, am incredibly excited about the possibilities. We've seen the Giants make big moves before, but this one feels different. It feels like a statement. A declaration that we're not here to just compete, we're here to win. So keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned for updates, and let's hope that this trade becomes a reality because the impact it could have on our team. And the entire NFC East is nothing short of game-changing. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Smith joining the Giants is the missing piece for a deep playoff run? Or do you believe there are risks involved that we should consider? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this franchise. And don't forget, I'll be back very soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news about the New York Giants. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Stay passionate, stay loyal, and let's keep dreaming big because the Giants are on the rise once again.